just spraying all over the dang place, at which point it became resolutely clear that nobody should tell the Pope about it.
Definitely a poignant tale and a moral for the ages. So, in unrelated goings-on, did you see that MST3K is coming back again? Again?
I did at that. Funny how that happens after we'd already committed to pick up a ball they set down forever ago and run with it.
So, if MST is back, do we have to do this? Do we need to riff the final 4 installments of Radar Men from the Moon? Can we just let Commando Cody lay? Does this mean the curse is lifted? Can we be free?
That is an important questionnaire. Let me check. My sources say no.
Oh, damn. That horse skeleton's rhymes were just too ill.
Republic Eagle Flakes, the cereal with a delicious taste of bird of prey in every spoonful. Part of this complete breakfast.
He's new! He's totally not Commander Cody of Space Patrol, so don't even think it!
You know, I don't think the Moonmen actually ever used radar throughout this cereal.
So, MST just sort of stopped doing these?
Yeah, they used them in Season 1 when the movies were a little short, but only did the first 5 minutes of this one before Robot Holocaust, then they just never picked it up again.
So we're tackling something they got sick of.
Considering they bailed on the Phantom Creeps after only 3 installments, we could do worse.
Fair. Should we be trying to be funny? It's been a while since we did this.
Oh, look at that silly name!
Ooh, boy.
Fritzy Bannon meets the Shmoo!
Andy Partridge and Colin Moulding have it out!
Wait, is Cody's first name actually Commando?
Oh, and Palpatine is alive somehow. Moon tanks provided by Manscaped.com.
A bunch of rocks ahead that'll give us some shelter. He's heading for some rocks. We'll have to stop him.
Oh, I wasn't planning on stopping him before, but now that rocks are involved.
What was Cody doing in that position?
That's our feed pressure line. We're stuck. I'll say we are. Pressure's down to nothing.
Yeah, there's no tension left in this scene at all.
Fly out and try to stop them with your grenades. Okay.
Don't get any funny ideas, Ted. You only get action because I gotta nearly die every cliffhanger. I'm the main character, not you, Ted! You hear me?!
Yeah, the hoses are always the first things to pop off, you G.I. Joes.
What was that?
It's just Ted. We're fine.
Maybe put the air hoses inside the suit.
Oh, his ankle's gotta be bags of gravel after that.
It's like a tiny TARDIS, 11% bigger on the inside.
Just shut that off.
We're stuck. So's the other car. Let's go after him with our ray pistols.
But it's far, and the ground's all sandy.
For decades after this, every film student had a scene specifically framed on the main character's ass.
But I don't know for how long. You better go out and see what's happening while I try to fix that feed pressure line.
You go die, I'll go stay in the armored moon tank.
Quick, before the carny gets back!
Oh hey, you guys seen some evil movement? Wait, oh crumbs!
And forgetting 1/6 gravity, Ted throws a grenade about a mile behind him. Shoot harder, men! Your atomic blasts are falling short of the target!
Yes.
That's enough out of you!
This is my only action scene!
Ain't nobody gonna watch Commando Ted, Ted!
Yeah, I'm saving a grenade for you, Cody.
What was that?
Nothing, sir. Hey, you kids! It's 12 tickets to ride! You ain't signed the waiver! Man, that thing's suspension is terrible!
The Moon Men affectionately call them the colon collapsers. The lightning bolt makes it go faster.
Oh, jeez, it reeks in there! Women desperately need Febreze. Kaboom!
Yeah, just drop the casket of atomic material. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'll ditch this car. Right.
Why move the tank?
That's a tank loading zone, not tank parking. It's all about moon traffic safety, and not because they're just gonna reuse the rocket takeoff footage from their first lunar trip several installments ago.
Okay.
Okay, we're ready.
Right.
Aren't you going to let me go before you leave?
No, we're taking you with us. And you better go back to your quarters until we get started. Get going!
Don't sabotage the rocket thrusters while you're back there, okay? Thanks.
What are the extradition laws for moon men anyway?
Safety belt
Commando
fastened.
Kidnapper.
Fire pilot jets.
The blast of vinegar and baking soda ensured no life would ever grow there again.
Moon citizens were terrorized by a low-flying Cheech and Chong joke today.
Good thing the wheels on those office chairs are all stuck.
Well, we're on our way.
And am I glad. I'll go get us some coffee.
Yeah, keep it in the back with the unsupervised prisoner of war. I'm sure it'll be
Great job, Ted.
the Commando Cody Brawl, the inescapable drum solo of this series.
He grew up in 1/6 gravity. This should be like fighting a grandma on an ether bender.
By God, King! Right in the heart of Hank!
It'll be fine. They can't afford to shoot me rocket crash footage.
Man, this Moon Goon is good. Do they even need the atomic guns?
Yeah, they could just roughhouse the Earth into submission.
I'm a labradoodle! Woof!
Oh, Commander, Ted saves the university. Hey!
Ooh, an early example of glomping, very rare.
It's only a pressurized space vehicle. No need to secure your guns or anything. Ooh, right in the Valus Shrotary.
Oh, we got a meal for the trip back.
Thanks for helping us drag you away, dead guy.
Very nice. Oh. So, coffee?
What'll I do with him, Hank?
Moonloaf.
It's just like a burial at sea, Joan. Only his body will float around in space forever.
Until his orbit decays and his frozen carcass careens into the Sea of Tranquility orphanage.
Everything okay, Hank?
She's under control now.
Good. Make a 180-degree turn and head for home.
Sir,
Okay.
space is a three-dimensional environment. I need a vector, sir. Sir?
Cucumbers in space!
Wait, I haven't deployed my orc war bands
Ready,
yet.
calling Krog. Ready, calling Krog.
When the ear's against a wall flanked by cotton balls, that's cheap effects.
Ready, calling Krog.
Man, the Phantom has fallen on hard times.
I thought he was a defender of the Earth.
Well, not since the injunction.
That's serious. Now they can build their own ray guns and prevent your invasion from the moon.
Of course. So the
Derby?
ship must not be allowed to land. Calculate the time of their arrival and have your ray gun set up ready to blast them. This time you must not fail.
Shoot them when they show up. A plan so crazy it just might work.
I understand, Your Excellency. You heard the orders? There must be no bungling this time.
But boss, the Goon Union says we get 15 minutes of bumbling per shift.
We'll take it early then. Yeesh.
The Wienermobile 2099. And this is my Sonic OC.
There we are. We ought to be able to pick up the good old Earth on the scanning screen pretty quick.
I guess they went the long way around.
Penske Truck Rentals. We ain't no snitch.
Oh, I love the parade balloons. I hope they got Spider-Man.
Here it comes. Right when Krog figured.
Told you we had time to stop at Jack in the Box.
Wait till it turns in for a landing.
Well, I mean, I'd wait until it's almost landed much easier to target, but hey, you do you.
All right, Hank. Make your 180-degree turn.
Vaccine astronauts.
Dang, nice tight turn radius. Too bad everyone inside is now paced along one wall.
Going in for a landing. Any time now.
But boss, I ain't never shot a flying dildo with a ray gun before.
That was a ray gun blast. Take her up again, quick.
I gotta change my pants again.
Fired too soon, wasn't close enough.
You know, early Insight commercials weren't as funny.
If only someone had invented holsters.
Keep going up. We've got to stay out of range.
Okay, but then what? We're almost out of fuel.
Apparently there's only one valley in all of Southern California where they can land.
I'll try to stop.
So does the rocket just poop him out the back, or...
Still climbing slow, but it's way out of range.
It'll have to come down sometime.
Just like the capitalist bourgeoisie.
Yeah, but we're gonna have trouble first. Here comes Cody in his flying suit. Get him in your sights and blast him when he gets close enough.
Either he's got great eyesight or that ray gun has terrible range.
If I wait for him to get any closer, he'll be right over us. Then take a shot at him.
Ooh, right in the Commando coconut.
He should be subatomic particles after that.
And now he's got a poinsettia through his tibula.
Well, this is it, folks. We've got to turn back and land before we're clear out of fuel.
You didn't bring a jerry can? Poor trip prep, Hank. Man, probably didn't even get a spare tire.
Rocket's coming in again. Get set for it.
Something you never want to hear your proctologist say.
This has real 10-year-olds running around in the woods energy.
Did people actually find this exciting in the 50s?
I doubt it, but they stuck around for this just because the movie theaters were one of the few places with reliable air conditioning back then.
Is that a joke?
Nope. True fact.
Turn the ray gun out.
Oh, right, the atomic death machine, I forgot.
So the ray gun can blow up a metal rocket, but it can't take out a rock?
It's almost down. Now what?
If only there were two of us.
We gotta get Cody first. Give it a blast.
Okay, Baja or Barry?
With the ray gun, you idiot!
Oh, right.
Then hit the cliff above him and bring it down on him.
Oh, now the ray gun can take out rocks. Sure.
T-pose to assert dominance!
it's another D&D session with Randy Milholland.
Jeez, Republic, you're at an 11 and we need you at like a 6. Well, that was a trip and a half down memory lane. And speaking of, for our viewers for whom this is your first Commando Cody experience, let us explain his whole deal.
For his deal is both very simple and very weird once we thought about it for more than 5 seconds.
Commando Cody operates out of an office building science lab you can just waltz into at any time, with his assistants / decoys Ted and Joan, doing science. Specifical type, rocket science.
To wit, he has made the rocket pack he uses in every episode, and the massive rocket used to bring the crew to the moon and back twice now. And his rocket enterprise appears to be a private enterprise, as he works with the government on a freelance basis, not for the government. So in a sense, he's like the 1950s Elon Musk, only Cody's an aerodynamic pugilist rather than an aristocratic plagiarist. No, seriously, Elon Musk is a completed...
So yeah, Cody just does the government a solid because, I don't know, they're too busy detonating nukes in Nevada to investigate anything on their own, and thus like uses his amazing technology to chase crooks who are working under the orders of the Moon Men, who are very, very slowly sabotaging Earth's defenses. And by Earth I mean Southern California, in the hopes of taking over because the moon done run out of air. This of course means strapping on his fanny flamin' rocket pack every episode to head off to the next shootout or fisticuff, of which there are many. Because when you're a rocket scientist, every problem looks like a jetpack crossable chasm.
Which makes sense. If you invent a jetpack in college, let's face it, that's your deal for life. Even if you'd be better at, say, designing better airplane landing gear, or inventing the auto dialer. You're now the jetpack guy. You're the one everyone goes to when there's gangsters or moonmen in asbestos pants who need to be slobber-knockered. And you accept that, because you'll be damned if you're handing over your meal ticket to that serial-shilling showboat Chuck Yeager.
Thus beggeth the question, where does Cody get his funding? He never discusses payment with the government, dude. He doesn't even seem to rent out his services like some kind of early, and somehow less white bread, Thunder in Paradise.
He doesn't even have his own line of toys and merchandise to hawk to children like his television contemporary Commander Cody of Space Patrol, which was a real thing that I didn't make up, and you can look it up if you don't believe me.
We can only assume, then, that Cody is earning his mad dosh through numerous big trophy gangster hunts, a popular pastime among freelance crime fighters since the mid-1920s. Heck, just bringing in a pinstripe zoot suit with the bodily stench of hired goon to the county game warden would net you a cool Benjamin.
Several state governments still offered a bounty on thugs and mooks as late as 1982, even against conservationist warnings. Why, the South Bostonian club-nosed palooka was only recently spotted in the wild, after decades of being assumed extinct. Still, the free-range gangster is a dying breed, as most goons of that sort of violent disposition have long since joined law enforcement. And now you know the rest of the story.
Oh crap! Someone narked to the Pontiff!
Cheese it!
Well, they are delicious, but now is not the... Oh, I see! Acceleration noise! Damn it.
So in a sense, he's like the 1950s Aaron Musk? I almost said Aaron Musk. Aaron Musk just sounds like somebody's 4th grade teacher.
Funny how that happens after we'd already committed to pick up a ball they set down forever long ago and let it Could I make my lines more confusing? Why do I talk like this?
Oh, right in the Valor Sortini.
For Terry.
Don't get it in post. Cheese it! Cheese it! Cheese it! Cheese it! dozen Cheez-Its. Okay, Jolton Shock. Okay, I think I got that recorded. I think I actually got that done. Okay. Now, how is that said?
The Valus Rotary.
Shrotary.
Valus Rotary.
Valus Shrotary.
Hey, Pipples! Did you like that bit of nonsense? Well then why don't you click like, and subscribe, and press that bell, or whatever YouTube wants you to do?
You can also do us a big solid by joining our Patreon, where you'll get to join us for live streams, get early access to the newest videos, and other such things.